a short video about scissor skills. We will discuss the fine and gross motor skills needed for children to be able to coordinate scissors. We'll also speak about how scissor skills progress, what is an appropriate grasp when cutting, activities that can help progress these skills further, and adapted tools to meet the child at their current skill level. When we think about the skills needed for the coordination of scissors, it is far more than just fine motor skills. The child must demonstrate good postural control and stability while seated in a chair, appropriate fine motor strength and movement in their wrists and fingers, demonstrate an ability to coordinate both sides of their body, as well as their development of a preferred and assistant hand. Lastly, visual motor skills, so their hand-eye coordination, as well as visual perceptual skills, their ability to see the shape and line they're cutting, are also important parts of learning to use their scissors. If we break down the steps from picking up a pair of scissors for the first time to cutting out a complex shape, it might look a little like this. The first step is where the child starts to explore the use of the scissors, holding them and practicing open and close. We then start to encourage a more developed grasp, practicing on Play-Doh or straws. Once the child starts to demonstrate an understanding of the open and close of the scissors with an appropriate grasp, we can move on to small snips along paper. Once the child has an understanding of the feel of scissors and paper, they can practice cutting along a straight line, progressing to zigzags and circular shapes, eventually being challenged with more complex shapes and formations. Before a child picks up a pair of scissors, it's recommended that they participate and explore in pre-scissor activities. These help build the skills in developing the pincer grasp or helping practicing the motion of open and close and using both sides of their body. These activities may include threading activities with beads or pasta, tearing and ripping paper, using pegs or tongs and theraputty to practice these fine motor skills. When we look at an appropriate grasp for cutting, we encourage the child to give a big thumbs up before they start, orienting their hands so that their thumb is positioned in the top hole of the scissors. We like to keep the index finger outside of the loop, as this provides extra stability and control for when they use their scissors. Depending on the scissor size, the next 1 or 2 fingers inside the bottom loop. If you find the child has their elbow out to the side, encourage them to glue their elbows down onto the desk, keeping their scissors up and their helper hand moving the page around. If your child is finding the manual open and close of the scissors to be challenging, or the coordination of positioning and the independent use of their fingers, there's different types of scissors that can be explored. First ones are the easy grip scissors. As you can see down the bottom, it has a spring that enables the scissors to bounce back once the student has cut on the page. These are great for students who may have reduced fine motor strength or control, and for those who are right or left-handed. As you can see on the screen, there are a number of adapted scissors that can be explored, not just the easy grip. So it's important that you have a look at your child's current needs and see which scissors might be the best to help their independence in the learning environment. It is also important to know that if the child is left-handed, appropriate scissors are sourced for their use. Otherwise, the scissors won't provide the correct feedback when cutting and will be extremely uncomfortable for the child. You might even observe the child to switch to their right hand using their non-preferred hand for the task.